Apparently, Donald Trump is now at the fire missiles at California stage of his presidency, and somehow people are still listening to this jackass. He says, launch missiles, and everyone salutes like it's normal weekend programming. This Friday and Saturday, the administration is shutting down huge sections of Interstate 5, one of the busiest highways in America, so Navy warships can fire live missiles into Camp Pendleton during a government shutdown, because why not? While federal workers go unpaid in the middle of nationwide protests, because what America really needs right now is a traveling circus with missiles. The White House is calling it a celebration of the Marine Corps' 250th anniversary. Insiders call it what it is, a vanity parade, a tax-funded roadshow for fragile egos. This is not a salute to the troops. This is a photo op for politicians who think patriotism comes with catering. 80,000 cars. 8-hour delays, millions lost in freight and wages, all so Trump and the administration can stage a 2-day fireworks show during a government shutdown. Gavin Newsom called it what it is, a massive disruption and reckless disregard for California's communities. Then he posted this. We're going to read the tweet. Donald Trump and JD Vance think shutting down I-5 to shoot missiles from ships is how you respect the military. Put aside your vanity parade. Again, there was no coordination, no safety plan. Families near Camp Pendleton have been told nothing. So we've got unpaid workers, live missiles, and zero communication. And yet that's not even the worst part, because the person leading this parade is JD Vance. They're shutting down California, they're lighting up the coast, and they're burning millions so JD Vance can play soldier for the cameras. JD Vance, the man who wrote Hillbilly Elegy, the man who blamed poor people for being poor and then cashed in on it to become a venture capitalist. This is the same guy who called Trump America's Hitler and then decided, I could work for that. He's never served. He's never commanded anything, but he's headlining the vanity parade because that's what this is. This is a show built entirely on ego. And of course, JD Vance is leading it. He's a Leo, the kind of man who can't pass a mirror without thanking himself, his guy liner, and couches everywhere for their service. You can already see it. JD Vance squinting in the wind, imagining he's a Pathan or a great war hero, when in reality, he's just a guy whose military experience is arguing with people on podcasts and going on 15 taxpayer-funded vacations a year. And speaking of taxpayer funding, a senior defense official called the whole thing a taxpayer-funded campaign reel. The Marines are props. Great. The missiles are backdrops. This entire event is a psychotic Leo's dreams. All spotlight, zero substance. So yes, the missiles are reckless. Yes, the shutdown is cruel. But the real insult is that all of this is happening for JD Vance, the man who bootlicked his way to the vice presidency. That's our Senate tiebreaker right there, JD Vance. And it's just another day in the life of the traveling circus with missiles, with the world's dumbest, most crooked people as the ringmasters. The Treasury Secretary thinks you're too scared to show up this weekend. Scott Bessent, Trump's pick to run the economy, went on TV to warn people about the No Kings rally. He called it the farthest left, the hardest core, the most unhinged movement in the Democratic Party. And then he said, I quote, no kings equals no paychecks. We're going to cut to the clip in a second, but I need to give a quick little refresher on Scott Bessent first. He spent decades on Wall Street making money off of other people's pain, timing crashes, and forecasting doom. So of course he's the guy that Trump put in charge of steering the economy. That's like putting a fox in charge of the hen house. Also, here's a picture of him. I need you to see this so you can picture him bragging about his ninja skills after getting in a cat fight with Elon Musk this summer, because of course he did. Oh, and he also told the housing regulator, Bill Plute, last month that he was going to punch him in his fucking face. His teeny tiny upper lip and his lower lip haven't spoken in years, but are ready to throw a fight. Let's cut to the clip.
I believe that the Democrats will come to their senses soon. Maybe it's after this no kings thing, but no kings equal no paychecks.
Here's what he and his downward pointing mouth are not telling you. Protests in America work. They have always worked. Let's look back at a few examples from recent years. In 2018, thousands of people flooded airports across the country to protest the Muslim travel ban. Lawyers set up makeshift offices in terminal hallways. Within days, federal judges blocked the order. The administration had to rewrite it 3 times. And even then, it never worked the way they wanted it to. In 2019, Republicans tried to repeal the Affordable Care Act. Town halls exploded. People in wheelchairs got dragged out of Mitch McConnell's office for protesting. Thousands called their senators every single day. John McCain walked onto the Senate floor at 1:30 in the morning and voted no. The repeal died. Then in 2020, after the murder of George Floyd on May 25th, by June 6th, between 15 and 26 million Americans had participated in a protest in every single state. Minnesota charged all 4 officers involved, something that almost never happens. Democrats in Congress introduced the most comprehensive police reform bill in decades. Chokeholds got banned in multiple major cities. Police departments that had resisted body cameras for years suddenly found the budget. Qualified immunity, the legal shield that protects deadly officers from lawsuits, became a national conversation for the first time ever. That's what they're afraid of. Not that you're unhinged, that you won't stop. There's research on this. There's plenty of research. Harvard's Erica Chenoweth studied over 300 resistance movements worldwide from 1900 to 2006. She found that when just 3.5% of a population actively participates in a sustained protest, the movement succeeds every single time. 3.5% of Americans is about 12 million people, but it's not 12 million people in one place. It's the 3.5 in your city, in your town. The Women's March in 2017 hit that number. It changed what politicians thought was possible overnight. The Supreme Court just fought presidents' immunity for criminal acts as long as they call them official. One person above the law. Bassett wants you to think that showing up this weekend will cost you your paycheck. What he's really afraid of is that you'll show up anyway. The No Kings rally is this weekend. Locations are everywhere. You can go to nokings.org. Bring somebody, show up. They're counting on you staying home. Don't do that. We'll see you out there.
She's a radical left person at a level that nobody's seen. She picked a radical left man